Coming up on today's DragonFire, our administrators will be giving advice on how to start off this year strong.
In addition, we will be acknowledging the hard work of one of our coaches who is currently the top national coach for track and field.
Speaking of winning, our spectacular Fine Arts Department won the Tennessee Arts Academy Rich High School of the Year Award.
Not only that, one of our amazing teachers was crowned the Tennessee Teacher of the Year. Thank you for joining us. I'm Addison Young.
And I'm Allie Lyon. Today is September 15th,
and DragonFire starts right now. Starting off, our administrators have made a guide with tips to start off this school year strong so we can make the most out of our year.
Take note, Dragons. Now, shifting gears.
Having a strong start to the school year is making sure that you are in a positive mindset.
I think developing organizational habits right away, so you know what is doing, especially like a calendar or a to-do list every day, something along those lines.
For students, I think going ahead and figuring out how you study best, how you learn best, making sure you're getting to school on time, figuring out the best route to your classes, speaking with counselors to make sure you are on track for whatever your future pathway may be.
One thing we are really well right now is our arrival to school, which we did not think was going to go well whatsoever this year, but it's going great this year. And then also all our schedules are built and everyone's going to classes.
If we could kind of work on one thing, I would really like to see students in class and not in the hallways. We've had a little bit of issues, especially during fourth block, with students trying to roam the building. So just a reminder, if it is time for you to be at lunch, your options are the cafeteria, the library, or the courtyard if you're a senior. So I think it's really important to make the most of the time that you have in class and you're getting instruction from the teacher. So really being intentional about making sure we are in class during class time.
I think a good way to keep momentum is think of small victories, a good quiz, a good test, a good lesson, a good homework assignment.
Eating healthy, you're trying to get some exercise in, making sure you're getting a really good night's sleep. Live in the moment to soak in all those memories and make sure you are just embracing all the opportunities that you have before you. But if I could give teachers just one thing to remember, it would be to remember that our students are still just kids. They are here to learn, they are here to grow. We want to prepare them for the next level. But before anything, you guys are still young people and you're still learning and you're still growing. So I make sure before we go in and we teach and we nourish the mind that we really take the time to get to know our students, to love on them, to make sure everybody has their needs met, because ultimately that's what's the most important.
Take note, Dragons. Now, shifting gears, to lead a team to victory and to note that and use every member's talents accordingly is difficult in itself. But to do it so incredibly well, to be the best track and coach in the nation is on another level. Dragon Media, Cameron, Tate, to give us more. Cameron?
Thanks, Addison. Now let's take a look into the work of our most wonderful coach, Alyssa Seymour, who has been crowned the National Best Girls Track and Field Coach. Today, we will take a look at the behind the scenes into her work and how she leads students to achieve all their potential.
Winning National Track and Field Coach of the Year, it's really exciting. Personally, it is something that I have inspired to win, going to the convention a few years in a row and seeing, the other coaches who have won, it did, inspire me to try to do my very best just to see if I could accomplish or achieve that goal as well. Just think, having a great coaching staff and having some really, really good athletes who perform and execute well, and just being a great planner, collaborator, and just being able to, fine tune so many different things because track has so many different parts, and just being able to work well with the athletes and just lead them in the right direction. I think my coaching philosophy pushes them to be their very best. I'm big on execution and just, doing your job, completing your task, and having fun. So I just think my philosophy has really pushed them to be the very best that they can be. I'm very, very proud of our two relays that broke state records, not once, but twice this year. All the girls who just put everything together to win that state championship. And Ava Williams, our sophomore pole vaulter last year, she's really, really good. She's worked really hard. So I just want to make sure that all of them know that I'm super proud of all of them and they all deserve that great recognition. I just think that I have to keep a positive attitude and just kind of just move forward despite of the challenges. We have prospered regardless of any challenges that we have had, you know, on the track, at school, regardless of anything. Just try to keep a positive attitude and just push through. And maybe, when you think about it, when you have challenges and you're able to push through and overcome them, then you know that the success is waiting on the other side. So we just try to do our very best to stay positive and just push through any of those challenges. I just try to stay focused and try to have a good relationship with both my students and with the athletes. My students are pretty understanding about some of the challenges that I have, especially when we have track needs or we have to do work outside in the spring. As long as I respect them and they respect me and we're able to be on the same page. Well, I think being a successful teacher and having really good test scores translates to being a successful coach and having really good stats on the field because it takes the same kind of drive, determination, planning, and execution to do both. And so I think that I'm able to teach my kids and coach them up, to help them, do well on their standardized tests. It's the same techniques that I use on the track to coach my kids up to make sure that they execute and do well on the track.
It's truly incredible to have such a passionate and hardworking coach and teacher working here. Back to Allie at the desk.
Friday night was a tough one for the Collierville Dragons as they faced off against the MRA Patriots in a hard-fought battle. Collierville gained a 10-7 lead in the middle of the second quarter after quarterback Kason Stanford threw a 31-yard pass to wide receiver Tay Walden Jr., who ran the ball into the end zone. However, after an 81-yard touchdown thrown by Stanford to Walden Jr., the Dragons struggled to find their rhythm. Despite some great plays by the Dragons, the Patriots' offense was relentless. After an interception thrown by the Dragons, the Patriots took an 18-point lead. After this play, our Dragons, despite the hard work, could not recover. When the final whistle blew, it wasn't the outcome we wanted. MRA took it 62-36, but as a Collierville fan, I know we'll bounce back stronger next time. Go Dragons.
The Collierville High School's Draco Playhouse recently opened the student-directed musical Descendants, directed by seniors TJ Stephanie and Lizzie Luder. The cast was incredibly talented and put a lot of hard work into making the play successful. It was amazing that something student-directed could be so professional, organized, and exciting. The show was enjoyed by more than 4,000 people, and the theater put on a day play for more than 1,000 elementary schoolers to come and enjoy the play. The cast and directors were amazing and overall had a very successful play.
Speaking of fine arts, our Collierville High School's Fine Arts Department won the Tennessee Arts Academy Arts Rich High School of the Year Award over the summer. Let's take a dive into the behind the scenes of the fine arts.
Our school is so high performing, and fine arts is something that is often looked at as not the most valuable or important part of a student's academic journey. But to me and our school at Collierville High School, it just goes to show how it really does make a well-rounded individual. You learn so much about yourself, whether it be through visual art, music performance, all of that, theatrical aspects. And so to me, it is just an absolute necessity for success, both in high school and beyond.
Some of the productions we have done here are pretty ambitious, very rewarding when everything comes together. When it's the whole fine arts department working together, that's really rewarding and a good achievement. When we have the band and the choir and the theater and the visual arts all working together, and the orchestra for a production here.
It's just another thing to chalk up to the amazing things that happen here at Collierville High School, whether it is fine arts, sports, academics. We are so well appreciated by our community and our fellow staff members across all mediums, and so it's really just reinforces what we already know, that this is just a wonderful place to make music and other fine arts and all that.
I think it goes back to what I mentioned earlier, just with the collaboration here at Collierville. We've established this whole fine arts program where we all work together like a family. That band wants to see theater achieved, theater wants to see choir achieved, choir wants to see visual arts achieved, and so we've got this whole family. We're all working together for one common goal, and that's really rewarding for what we do.
Well, I think we have a very strong basic department. You know, I would love, and I'm sure I'll be long gone by the time this happens, but I would love for it to just get bigger and have, you know, dance and definitely have different bands and orchestras, but even more opportunities for the students.
I think most people have this assumption that they can't do something. You hear people say, I can't sing, or I can't draw, or I'd never be on stage. And then when they dip their feet in the water, if they take Art 1 or if they take that class that they were curious about, they're fully capable. So I hope that we continue to push these students to realize that they have it in them. It's just a matter of signing up with your guidance counselor and putting your foot in the door.
It covers all the fine arts. It's not just band or theater or choir or visual arts winning a competition. It's putting us all together, and then that it was against the whole state, and it was professionals from across the state. A lot of retired educators were on the panel that read the application and then came and did the interviews and the tour to see that they had people who had done this their whole career. They see what we're doing here and see that we're doing good things here. It's just, I think it's a passion that I have, that just seeing everything, all the different fine arts come together, and whether it's a theater production or a choir concert or a band concert, orchestra concert, all comes together. Just this sense of community that these people have come together to create something, whether it's a song, a play, a piece of artwork, something like that. That this sense of community in fine arts that is kind of special.
Continuing on the topic of awards, our wonderful teacher, Dr. Brandy De La Cruz, won the Tennessee Teacher of the Year award. Let's take a look into her hard work that led her to her success.
Mathematics teacher. This is the start of my 7th year. Throughout my journey, I have been molded by great people. God made me the teacher I am. God has blessed me with the knowledge I have, the skills that I have. That's all God. And because of those people, I am who I am today.
My name is Mallory Smith. I am a math teacher. I have been teaching math for 5 years. This is my 6th year. I met Miss De La Cruz from this job when I was a new teacher. She was really inviting and helped me feel more at home. I think the big thing for her that makes her teaching style so effective for students is just how involved with her students she is. She makes it more than just about math. She makes it personable.
The connection you make with children when they have those light bulb moments of, wow, this makes sense, is really what I was put on this earth to do. I demand students communicate with each other. They learn because they have productive struggle and they feel like they truly accomplished something at the end.
She also is really good at picking groups or picking students to sit by other students that she knows will help them.
Most students walk into the math classroom with that fixed mindset and they don't try. And that's a hard mindset for math teachers to get over. And I think that philosophy really kind of sets me apart from the pack.
I think Dr. De La Cruz won Teacher of the Year for a lot of reasons. I think one of them being that she really tries to advocate for others around her. I also think a large part of it is the relationship that she has with her students and how serious she takes that aspect of this job. A whole lot of time and effort was spent getting that nomination.
Before they said my name, they started going over what students had said about me and what my principal, Mr. Jones, had said about me. And when she was saying that, I was like, that sounds like me. I think that might be me. And I had to get my game face on and not start crying. So when they said my name, it was very exciting.
I think she was really shocked. She really did not expect to win. She was just happy to be there.
When I got named Teacher of the Year for the school, I chose to do it and put all my effort into it. By doing this, I think it became obtainable for all teachers. You just have to put forth the effort and want, like I did.
I think Dr. De La Cruz's commitment to her job is insane. She really advocates for her fellow teachers and even her students. I also think a large part of it is the relationship that she has with her students and how serious she takes that aspect of this job.
I love Collierville. Even though it may not be the biggest, it's never missing something fun to do.
I agree. I love being a part of this great community.
I do as well. Let's see what some of our fellow residents enjoy.
What's the most craziest thing you've seen around town in your working position?
Oh goodness. I would say probably I ran into a contestant of American Idol.
What's your favorite restaurant to eat at in Collierville?
Ooh, I'm a Mexican girly, so I'm gonna go La Hacienda.
I like Chick-fil-A.
What's your favorite place to go get drinks before school?
Dutch Bros.
Civil Social.
What's your favorite thing about living in Collierville?
The friends I've made.
If you were to have one superpower during school, what would it be and why?
A superpower during school, it would be to have ultimate quietness in class, so I would be able to concentrate throughout the day to type up all of my workouts for all my athletes.
What is your favorite thing about servicing Collierville community?
I just like helping people. It was just a desire I've always had, and getting to work with people and feel like you're making a difference.
What's the most ridiculous thing you've seen at school?
Probably people who wear socks with their Birkenstocks.
What's your favorite thing about Collierville, the town?
About the town, it seems strange, but the best thing about the town is this high school. It's my favorite thing. All the students here and the community support that everyone gives to the high school, for sure.
Thanks for joining us on today's DragonFire. I'm Allie.
And I'm Addison. Be sure to find us on social media and YouTube to see all of our content.
Have a great day, Dragons.